Just got on his phone.
Y'all are gonna watch me sleep later. Welcome to my bedroom.
Are you even? Is he even in shot over there?
Probably no.
Yeah, probably not. Can you move that back a little bit?
We're playing treasure.
It's gonna get hot in here.
Oh, look at there.
We're gonna watch him dance for 10 minutes.
All right. Looks great.
We're all just gonna sit in silence.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, people get all kind of views doing this.
You
Yeah, we don't.
who's
You, because you had the most. Whoever had the most starts.
what?
Sweet.
No, I'm talking about someone's got to look at the comments.
They're right here.
Who's? Oh, you got it up. All right.
What up, guys? So, day 2? Feels like we've been here a week.
Yeah, it does feel like a week already.
Day 2
We've done a week's worth
here in
of driving.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
We left Newport this morning. Trying to remember that whole itinerary.
I don't remember.
So
We
we,
went and
we
did
did a
some
little
shopping
we did a
around.
little shopping this
Little
morning
shopping around Newport.
We went to New Riff, and then we
Drove.
drove. That's true. We did
There
do
was
that.
there was a lot of driving.
Then we went to Woodford.
Yeah.
Yep, we went to Woodford.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, in our shopping.
Then we drove.
We went to
then
Wendy's.
we drove some more. We went to Wendy's. We did do that
That's some
too.
gas.
Yeah. So no, we hit some stores this morning.
Yeah. What we
Wait.
found in the stores.
Yeah. So, what'd you find in the stores?
Well,
I ain't about shit
this
today.
was.
You could have took it out of
This
the
is
Easter basket.
no. I like that it came in a pack like this.
It added to the value.
Yeah. So this store had kind of a markup deal where you had to buy an extra little bottle that you maybe did not want to get the stag there, and I don't know. I figured it's still kind of worth it. Felt like it's a pretty good pickup in the 24D stag. Yeah,
What else you get?
yeah. Well, you also he picked that up at the same store.
Yeah, they were right next to each other. Keepers release.
Yeah, this was
That was my one purchase for the day.
picked these up at Heaven Hill.
Yep. Yeah, we got these at Heaven Hill.
Yeah. So these, everyone raves about these being like really good budget bottled and bond.
We
You
about
know,
to find out.
JTS Brown.
I guess I put
The
that
damn.
there. We gonna find out.
Yeah.
Oh my.
We gonna find
Is it
out.
good?
Oh yeah, I grabbed the 2025 Silver Grove at New Riff, which we had the opportunity. We did sit at New Riff, had a really cool bartender, and we did a little tasting experience. We did some flights, and man, some of the stuff. Oh man,
Shout out to Debbie.
It doesn't sound right.
That doesn't seem accurate.
I don't know.
Tony.
No.
Are we ready to talk about Heaven Hill yet?
We'll get to Heaven Hill in a minute.
Yeah.
What's this run you?
Wiggling toes.
Um,
Y'all are why I drink.
Wow.
bro, this is good.
Is it? This is okay.
This is probably better than that.
I doubt it.
Yeah. So while we were at New Riff, I also got some Silver Grove. I got they had a bundle deal. You got the last year's
Good.
It's not bad.
last year's bourbon,
I like it.
this year's bourbon,
I'm on
and
$20 budget bottles this year.
this year's rye.
Can we get it?
No.
You could have earlier today.
Yeah, from Heaven Hill. So let's talk about this. What y'all's guys take on Woodford? Like being at the distillery.
Ah man,
It's
it
real
was,
fancy.
Yeah, it was bougie. It was not like
Yeah, it's the country club.
yeah,
of
it felt
bourbon.
very country club.
Jennifer loves keepers.
Thanks, fat man. Appreciate you, brother.
Yarkus, we're in Louisville
We're in
now.
Louisville
Yeah.
now. Oh, I probably could have said that, huh?
You could have, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I was making our way.
And Pedro needs,
Making our way
needs in one of
downtown.
those bottles.
Yeah.
I don't know which one, Pedro.
Oh yeah.
This is just today's haul.
Yeah, and the last little grab.
You're
I was
welcome.
really hoping to get one of these. Brack was nice enough. He picked it up. I've been talking about wanting to get it, so he let me get this one.
You should boof it on camera.
Well,
Move.
No.
I'm gonna have to
I don't
get
know
y'all
what that
to.
means.
I'm gonna have to get
Oh
y'all out of my
no,
bedroom
no, that's
soon.
a far fast.
You mean keister it?
It's
But
boof.
isn't that a fun little bottle, like little barrel,
Yeah,
little
it's-
hand grenade? Speaking of, we also got a couple of little Blantons,
Yeah, little minis.
the little minis.
Yeah.
I think I
Little
got that in the
tchotchkes.
car.
Another fun thing that happened, and you'll hear more about this tomorrow. We found out like at 9 o'clock this morning. Hurry up and do a reservation for Buffalo Trace.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
That's
open.
true.
That's
So
right.
we're
We
getting to
get
go
to-
to their new shopping immersive experience in the morning.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
watched a
see.
video on it on YouTube. Looks like it's out in a tent. So
You get
Yeah,
to do it
'cause
by
if you guys
boat.
haven't been following, Buffalo Trace has been flooded. So
Yerkes asked what Louisville is known for, other than Whiskey Row.
homeless people.
Louisville Slugger.
yeah, homeless people.
So
Louisville.
baseball bats.
Louisville's also known for almost winning championships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. They
I'm assuming you're talking about baseball.
Basketball and football mainly.
well,
Okay.
yeah, the university's here too.
Right, University of Louisville.
We walked by the KFC Yum Center. That's the,
Yum.
Yum.
Yeah, what else? Jack Harlow's from here.
I guess. Who knows that?
Right.
Yeah,
Why
he
would you
was
know that?
spatting off all these facts today. I was like,
Why would you know that? Were you just
He
googling all
talks
this stuff
about
while
it
you're
in his
driving?
songs, man. It's
see, he
just a
listens
Hill
to songs
thing.
for lyrics, not for music. Yeah, Katie, if you're listening, we found somebody else like you. Actually
Jeez.
knows what they're saying.
Oh, Yerkes, as far as distilleries, I mean, Old Forester has a place here.
Yeah,
Rabbit Hole,
Rabbit Hole,
Michter's.
Michter's, Whiskey Thief, Stitzelweller.
Green River's coming this
Yep.
year.
Yeah,
We walked by
um,
that tonight.
Bardstown has a tasting
Yeah,
here.
we said Peerless, right?
Yeah, Peerless
Peerless.
is here.
Buzzard's Roost.
Buzzard's
Buzzard's
Roost.
Does anybody actually distill on Whiskey Road? Evan Williams Experience is here.
Yeah, they're just doing the Square 6 or whatever.
I thought Old Forester actually distilled
I
Do
think
some
they
stuff.
do. I feel like they do. It might be the 117 series. They do some sort of little line here.
I mean, I doubt it's the Whiskey Row series
It's not whiskey
because
Road.
that's mass produced.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd have. I don't know if they'd have.
Maybe that's
means
part of
to
the
do
tour. Maybe they just put you to work.
Yeah.
Give us $40. Here's a shovel.
Get to work.
Get to shoveling corn, my man.
Yeah, we need that grain over there.
I mean, for a $20 bottle, this is pretty good.
Is it
It's
better
not-
than?
Are you gonna trade off?
Well, I will say, to answer Pedro's question, what's y'all's favorite distillery? Jennifer already answered it for me with Wild Turkey. We haven't been there yet, but they're
Wild
my favorite
Turkey's
brand.
up there.
Oh, no, the dance better.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I win.
Yeah, these were both $20.
Let me try your John T. Brown.
JTS brand.
John Deere Green.
I think the damp might be better.
Yeah, I
That's
think
not bad though.
No, it's not bad.
It's way better than the
80
the
proof
gallon
yeah.
when you brought home that one time.
It's only 2 half gallons. It's different.
Oh, Pedro, that we saw today.
Heaven Hill.
Yeah, Heaven Hill probably had the nicest. I don't know. Woodford was bougie nice.
Woodford was, I think, Frack hit it on the head with that was a country club,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
And-
And the facility, the grounds were cool. I thought
Now I will
it
say
was
the
well
drive
manicured.
up to
Gorgeous.
Woodford was
Oh,
the best.
yeah, and
Absolutely
it's just
gorgeous.
beautiful.
'Cause that was fantastic.
Between, Woodford and coming back into Versailles there.
And what
There's
road
also-
is it on?
McCracken Pike Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also went
But-
by some museums.
But here's the thing
Some
with I think
stores.
with Woodford though is I feel like the best bang for your buck in Woodford is the double oak.
yeah,
The double
Yeah.
oak's overpriced.
that pick you got yesterday.
The Baccarat's wildly overpriced. You
He's
know,
waving his toes at me again.
Hit him with the other side. Same time.
double wave.
Why?
Um,
We had to reshoot a video one time because of his toe waves.
That was the third attempt, wasn't it? Wasn't that the larceny video?
I think
That
so.
like the dog started barking the first
Yeah.
time,
Man, that JJ.
and then like the third time
Oh,
we
this
just
is
couldn't
like-
stop laughing. That's also I think batch 13. So 10 and 13 have the
Are
same, proof.
So you want to tell your little ditty story on this?
I mean, yeah. So I picked up the short barrel cigar batch 2, which is what I'm drinking now. It's
Which I may have
fantastic,
to
by
try
the way.
that next. That one.
No.
Mhm.
No.
Oh,
And
that was not a
we
question.
saw some museum pieces behind the counter. Well, museum-ish prices for some of it. And you asked about the GTS. He said to make an offer. You hit him with a hell of an offer.
He said, "You're not gonna like what I offer."
I told him.
That's
flat
fair.
out. I told he had what, $8.99 on the bottle.
I think it was
$7.99.
$7.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, $7.99 on the GTS. I don't know what year it was. He said make an offer. I said you're not gonna like it. He said make it anyway. I said
I mean, it's not his bottle. He don't care.
right. I said $200.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
what I
he
was
just
willing to give
never
him in
responded.
cash. Yeah, he just kind of looked at me. I was like, okay, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I told you outright.
Yeah. We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
So they're asking what, 3?
For this,
For the
$3.99.
Taylor? $3.99?
I was
It was
4.
four. It was
Yeah,
4
you
bills.
got half price.
Oh shit! Okay, that's a better deal than I thought.
Yeah.
Told
Yeah,
my
they-
wife it was 3. So I offered him 2 for it and told him I'd give him cash right now. And he called, I'm assuming the owner of the store.
Yeah, he could have just been on the phone.
No, he might have called his mom. I don't know. But they took it. So I gave him money and took my bottle
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
me.
$200 for that bottle. I wouldn't feel bad about that. That's a nice.
No, it's not wildly over retail. It's
Yeah.
generally under secondary. So I can live with it.
What is retail on that? 129.
I think it's 130.
Yeah, I think it's 129 now.
Yeah, but next to impossible to find.
Right. Right.
Yerkes wants to know what places we're doing tours at.
Oh,
So tomorrow,
you got it all memorized?
no. Tomorrow
If
we
only
are
there was
doing. I'm gonna
phones.
try to see if I can recall this because I've looked at it 100 times.
Buffalo Trace
we're-
whiskey or Jade Manley whiskey thief.
Those are the only
forg-
3 I know.
Yeah, I don't
Is
know.
tomorrow
That's,
Glen-
Castle and Key,
in Glen Creek?
Glen Creek. We're doing 6 tomorrow.
there's one more big one.
Bardstown?
Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey.
Wild turkeys tomorrow.
And lunch is in between.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yep.
White Castle.
So,
Drive through.
but we're getting picked up at 7:45 in the morning. Our last tour ends at 5 p.m. So
An hour
Another
away.
long day.
it's gonna be another day,
Yeah.
But we don't have to drive.
but we don't
Yeah.
have
Thank
to.
you.
drive.
Also,
If all I have to do is
we're not
sit.
shopping around as much, so maybe it'll be a little lighter on the bank account.
I hope so. Most of the stuff's paid for except lunch.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I think
the
you're talking
bottles.
about
Oh, you're talking about just distillery
Yeah.
picks, yeah.
Today was kind of.
Tomorrow's gonna be the
You
most.
went a little hard to pay today.
Yeah.
I mean, not terrible though.
No, that's what, like $400.
Man, that's my whole budget.
Yeah. Come on.
That's
That
Robinson's
sound,
daily
that sound like
budget.
wife talking. Bully said, "Let's go."
What up, bully? What else out here?
Yeah.
Let me get a stag.
Oh, hit you with the Mr. Ed.
You just beatbox me,
You
bro.
just Mr. Ed
You
you.
just beatbox me, bro. All right, let me get that Silver Grove. Not mine, yours.
You already opened yours up.
Not mine,
Put
open.
your hands on it. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna get that one.
Nah.
Hey, what about that Elijah Craig grenade?
Nah. Try the short barrel. Try
I already
this.
tried it.
They're already open.
I have that.
Nah.
I have that at home. I already did a review on it.
Yeah.
Without
Forgot you
y'all.
did that. I'll let you try this Evan Williams.
Let me get it. Is it 1783?
Yeah.
I like that one.
It's not bad. I'm gonna have to take it out of my gift set though.
You need it.
I'm sure
Easter,
that sounds awesome on the mic.
Easter is over, bro. Take it out of the basket.
Yeah, I'm sure that's super loud actually.
Jennifer said she hopes we get to meet Jimmy and his wife at Turkey. They will sign everything. If Jimmy will sign everything, I'm getting his name tattooed on my ass.
Yep.
Like sign this in Sharpie on me, so I know exactly how this is.
Yeah, and then I'm going to the tattoo
Oh, and
shop.
take pictures with you.
That's
Maybe
cool.
I'll take a picture with my ass.
Oh, wait, cork pop.
Yeah.
It was,
Did we do a tasting with this somewhere? Cotton Room in Charlotte? Did we do a 1783?
I've tasted I've had that part of it.
something,
Yeah, I
something.
think it was cognac.
Maybe.
You want some good whiskey?
No.
I want to try the short barrel.
No.
Where are you born with a short barrel?
Open yours.
Yeah, you gotta open your little barrel.
The stub.
I mean, I know you've had it before. Just revisit it though.
That bottle's only like $20 too. Might be 25.
I mean, it's not bad. I like Evan Williams.
So
If I ever develop a severe alcohol problem, that would be my go-to. That and Mellocorn. I'm gonna do a blend.
I'm going Old
It's
Taylor.
gonna call Mellow Williams.
Yeah.
Mellow Williams.
Oh yeah.
Serena's sister.
Mellow Williams. That sounds
Oh,
like a
we
jazz.
haven't worked around to talking about Heaven Hill and your little
Mm.
beer.
Oh yeah.
Tony.
How you feel about Tony?
Tony.
Tony, the tour guide.
I don't leave reviews on Yelp, but I'm going to leave a review about Tony.
Tony don't know shit.
Tony was a sarcastic asshole that needs to go back to working at Total Wine. That's what Tony needs to do.
Tony really rubbed you the wrong way.
He didn't rub me at all. That's the problem.
What was the one
He
comment
insulted
again?
your idea about a single barrel pick of Mellocorn.
Yeah, he did. Because he's a wanker.
Straight up called him a wanker. All right.
Oh, wanker. I didn't know we were British.
Wanker.
Well, then I was trying to tell the guy about Mellocorn because he didn't know anything about it. And then he interrupted me and cut me off and gave him wrong information about his own product.
That's true.
Yeah.
That did happen. It's 80%. 80% of the time, it's a 90% mash bill.
Yeah.
Like, people.
You should have got your Mellocorn shirt.
No, we are going to bring up one thing.
If it wouldn't have been in that stupid green color, I liked the logo, but it was that dumb green.
They
color.
had a hat. It was like that color. The same color as your shirt.
What were you gonna say before Robinson interrupted you again?
Rudely.
Again.
So the one thing we didn't
Hang
talk
on.
about is that he brought up the Elijah Craig barrel proof was the last thing on our tasting today, and he talked about they grabbed I don't know if 150 barrels. We were doing the math
kinda
in
did the
car
math.
one today.
Which would
if-
equate to about like 42,000 bottles.
Yeah, which would equate to like roughly 7,000 cases, which would mean like if every state got equal allocation, which is not true, but which means North Carolina would get like 138 cases, which seems light.
Not enough.
So I feel like 150 barrels is probably wrong. But what came of this is they take 150 barrels, dump it in the vat. Whatever the proof is out of that that's their barrel proof. My argument is that's not barrel proof, that's batch proof. Because they're making a batch. Barrel
Right.
proof, in my mind, is reserved for single barrel bourbon. Because that is a barrel proof. It's not barrels proof.
Yeah.
It's true.
I get that. It could be like one of these.
Because
things
one of the
that-
barrels is going to come out at 135.
still-
One of them's going to come out at 121, right? And so on and so forth.
Well,
And then you batch all these barrels together and
Yes,
you
I
get
did, Bully.
batch.
It's the Sex Panther mash bill. 80% of the
Yes.
time.
they're not the only
Yes.
ones to do that though. If you
I
look
agree.
if you look at Rare Breed, they are doing thousands of barrels because if you notice the proof never changes on that.
Yeah.
It's because they're doing literally thousands of barrels. And
And
it's all
barrel
at
proof.
116.8 or whatever.
Right,
It says,
but so-
it says barrel strength or barrel
So
proof
the
on it.
only way it would truly be barrel proof is if they took those 150 barrels, they thiefed them all, proofed them all, and they were so similar that they dumped them and made a barrel
I don't.
proof.
I hear what you're saying, but it is still barrel proof.
It's batch proof.
But it is also batch proof.
It's barrels proof.
Maybe barrel is like fish.
No.
What?
Because the
What?
it's barrel or barrels.
Anyways, guys, we gotta get up super early.
Are you trying to wrap this up?
Yeah, because it was supposed to be wrapped up like forever ago.
But we were talking about our day.
Yeah, you haven't contributed.
No.
Tell us how.
Tell us how
did your
you
day go?
feel.
So I drove a lot.
He said, "I'm tired."
He did have to drive a lot, but then again, he was letting it like autopilot around.
That
while he
was so
playing on
cool.
his phone.
Like literally, I didn't know it did it that well. But you literally just hit this little button that has a steering wheel on it, and it goes, and it like locks in. And as long as there's lines on both sides of the road,
And then like every 5 seconds, it's like put
no.
your hands on the wheel.
Anytime that it has to make like a turn, like if it's going straight, it's fine. But if it has to make like a turn, it'll do it, but it's
Just
like put your
wants you-
hands
It
on
just
the
wants you to touch it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I would just put my hands up there and pull them back down, and I was like over here on my phone, like I got trustworthy. All I had to do was gas and brake, and I had cruise control on for a little while, but I was like, that's too much.
I actually
don't-
trust that more
I
than
don't
I do the
need
steering.
him to be behind us anymore.
No.
Maybe you lead or take a different route.
There's only like 2 times we almost hit you today.
Yeah.
There was one time yesterday.
Well, there's
Remember
one time
that?
I got to turn
Oh,
right from
yeah.
the left lane.
Oh yeah, that
so
was
that was
fun.
exciting.
Yeah, I was like, look at Kyle turning right from
Where
the left
were
lane.
we? We were somewhere yesterday, and we were trying to get off on an exit, but we all had to split. Like y'all went straight, and then like one car went to the right. I went to the
we
left.
were in Podunk, Kentucky, like between Knoxville and Lexington somewhere.
Yeah, it all locked up.
Yeah, that was bad because
been
it
a lot
was
of time.
raining, and
Yep.
we just passed the board and cheese factory, and
Yeah, we did. We should have went on the cheese tour.
we should have went on a cheese tour.
I wonder
We
if
passed
they do
Boone
like
County
custom engraved
Distillery.
cheese.
Could have went there.
Do what?
We passed Boone County Distillery.
We did.
What
Yours-
horse did you see today?
Yours says I hadn't even been
Oh
20
yeah.
minutes.
What was the name of the Old Friends Farm?
Not Madeira.
Midori.
Medina Spirits.
Medina Spirit.
So-
Funky cold Medina Spirit.
Funky cold.
So did a little research. We passed this huge horse farm that had just I don't know how many miles of road frontage of fence.
Oh yeah, it
And-
was crazy.
But when
Like-
we passed the entrance to it, there was like a wooden sculpture of a horse head.
It was huge.
Right, it was huge. It was like what 4.5, 5 foot tall, probably, and like on it was said Medina Spirits. And Kyle drives like 26 mile an hour, so I was able to read it as we went by.
Safety
So
first.
And this was on McCracken Pikeway.
this, yep, it was. So I got curious, so I started looking this up. Evidently, that was the 2021 Kentucky Derby winner. However, got disqualified. I'm not sure why, but
Royce.
won several other races.
President's what, it finished third in the President's Cup?
Yeah, something like that. And I don't know that much about horse racing, to be honest, but
That's the
then
other
like
thing Louisville's
a
known
year, yeah, a year
That's what
after
Kentucky's known for.
for. Yeah.
a year after that, they were doing some training, and the horse just fell over dead, heart attack. So
Royds.
probably performance enhancing drugs. That's why I was disqualified.
Probably.
But that's where he's buried, is at Old Friends Farm.
Interesting.
I know, it's crazy, right? We're in
Yeah.
the midst of a
We
celebrity.
passed-
Didn't know it.
We were talking about this like if you owned a fencing company, dude, you'd be balling out here. This place,
Fencing repair.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want to
'cause
put the
fences
fences.
are already
Yeah,
up.
they're already up. We just need to go and repair them. But you'd be like, at that same time, a Lambo drove by, and we were like,
Oh,
yeah,
the
that,
orange one?
that guy owns the fencing company.
Yeah, he's going to repair another one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's pretty well our day. Wasn't
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we looking forward to tomorrow?
Not driving.
Not driving
It? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
tomorrow's our first day of
and we're doing our tour with,
with Jay.
yeah.
Barrel Bourbon Tours. Is who has us for the next 2 days.
Bless his heart.
So super excited to meet him. Sound like a real cool guy on the phone.
Yeah.
What else?
That's
And
it.
that was it.
Cool. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Sweet. Y'all get out of my bedroom.
You've never said that to me before.
No, but I'm tired.
This is the cast.
Night night.
This is the casting couch.